Hey everybody, welcome to another Dark Avengers comic book review. With a lot of comics this week. A total of 15. Whenever there are 5 Wednesdays in a month, you get those weeks where there's like 5 and you get those short reviews like 2 reviews ago. And last week was semi-short also. And then you get those weeks where they just pile that shit on. And as a matter of fact, these comics came out June 23rd, 2010. Next week is another 15 comics, which is the last Wednesday of June, but that's June 30th. That's next week. That's stuff to look forward to for next week. And actually, one comic is a signed comic. We'll get into that next week. So really 14, 13 comics for next week. Also, before I get into the comic books of the week of the 23rd, I'd like to mention this. If for those of you who order on MidtownComics.com, maybe your comic stores get it too. Comic Shop News. It is a newsletter that comes around. This is issue 1200. This is 2 weeks ago. This week's and last week's, which last week is the comics I'm reviewing today, I ordered together, which are coming next week. You might see this newsletter from time to time. I started buying these the week of the 23rd. It's really nice. It has news of all the big stories coming out, DC, Marvel. And then on the inside, you get little bits of information on your comic books and whatnot. It's your comic book. It's basically a basic comic book newsletter. And you'll see this from time to time when something big shows up, like the issue here. It's all about Vanishing Point. The main story is all about the Vanishing Point. And for those of you interested in the back, Batman Beyond #1, sold out. Good luck finding it. Midtown has sold out of all copies, just like Darkwing Duck #1. Anybody who has a Darkwing Duck #1 that doesn't want it anymore, hit me up in the messages. I'm looking for one. And none of you are going to do that, but I had to throw it out there anyway. I will be getting the other 3, though. And I will find a #1, don't worry. But that's for another review. Let's get into the comics of the week of the 23rd. This did not come out the week of the 23rd, though, but it involves something. Hulk 22. Why am I reviewing Hulk 22 when it came out last month? I will tell you right now. The only reason I got Hulk 22 is, well, first of all, I got Incredible Hulk, where the Incredible Hulk came back, so I figured I'd grab onto Hulk since it's all together with World War Hulks. And the reason I bought Hulk 22 is for one reason, and by the way, this is Hulked out Spider-Man and Wolverine. The only reason I bought this was for the last page. The big reveal, Thunderbolt Ross is the Red Hulk. Now, after, let's see, Hulk 22. That's basically 22 issues, 22 months. Basically almost 2 years. 2 more issues, it'll be 2 years. Well, actually, no, this month, Hulk 23 came out. Let's go to that first. And Hulk 23 is all about how Red Hulk came to be, all the little things, how there was like a Thunderbolt Ross and a Red Hulk, all explained here in this double-sized issue. That's why it is, instead of $3.99, it is $4.99, I believe. Am I correct? Yep, $5. Now, is this a big deal? After 2 years, July, as a matter of fact, there is no Hulk coming out in July. Issue 24 is August, but technically it's been 2 years now, guys. After 2 years of speculation, after 2 years of everything, was it worth it? No. Everybody predicted it was going to be Thunderbolt Ross. He was on the top of the list. And, yeah. You wait 2 years, honestly, everybody ran out of interest in the Red Hulk. Everybody kind of didn't care. He was just the Red Hulk. And the reveal that Betty Ross was the Red She-Hulk in the Incredible Hulk, the only good thing is the Green Hulk, the original Hulk, is back. I don't know what's going to happen, like I said, with the Red Hulks after World War Hulks, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe Hulk will go back to the Incredible Hulk, you know, the original Bruce Banner Hulk. I'm hoping. If not, I'll be getting Incredible Hulk probably still. I won't be getting anything to do with the Red Hulks, no offense. Anyway, Iron Man Legacy, #3. It's not as good as the other 3, in my opinion at least. It's alright. I mean, it's dragging out a little bit. You know, Tony Stark gets captured. They want him to build things for them. And he escapes in a like a little Iron Man costume thingy. He meets up with an Iron Man Knight thingy, and he beats the Iron Man Knight, and he then blows up a gas line company with the Knight's staff, which causes a huge ass freaking explosion. Let's see where it is. See, big explosion, blows things up. Woo. And then in the end, the most disturbing picture in the world, I'm going to share it with you guys because I should not suffer alone. Pretty disturbing, even Mike's eyes say it. And then in the next issue, Iron Man will be going up against, oh god, what's his name? Chen Lu. And this is the last page to be continued. Very, very interesting. Hopefully there'll be more action and more real Iron Man armor in Iron Man Legacy 5. It's an okay issue, I'll be honest with you guys, it was okay. This one was an okay one. The others were good, this one was okay. Hopefully it'll get better. That's really all I can say as far as Iron Man. Legacy. Moving along to Wolverine, 2 titles this week. Wolverine Weapon X, number 14. Still continuing with this Terminator shit, man. The Deathlock Terminator storyline. It's wearing thin. It's been too many parts. It's been about 5 parts already. No, maybe 4. 4? Maybe 4, because I think I started at 10. Maybe 3. I don't know. Anyway, besides the point of how many parts it's been, it's drawn a little thin. Because I like Terminator. Don't get me wrong, guys. I really like Terminator the movie, but this is too Terminator-ish for me. Okay, so we're jumping forward and backwards in time. Turns out Deathlock is the leader against the other Deathlocks. And, yeah, so he kills the mutant boy. One of the Deathlock kills the mutant boy in the end. And as he's going after the woman, she says, come in here. And big time paradox. This is you in the past. So it's Deathlock facing himself as a child in the present. To be concluded. In a way, I'm glad it's to be concluded because, no offense, this doesn't feel like Wolverine, and it absolutely doesn't feel like it has anything to do with Weapon X. It's a good story. It's an okay story. Cameos from all the Avengers, secret and regular. It's okay. I'm being honest. It's, yeah. Check it out. It's almost over, that story. Moving on to a better Wolverine title. Wolverine Origins 49. One more issue to go, guys, and then Wolverine actually will be branching off into 2 separate titles. Wolverine and Dark Wolverine will be ending, and that'll be going into Dakin, Dark Wolverine. I don't even know how to pronounce that kid's last name, but whatever. Okay, Wolverine. Apparently nobody told me that Wolverine got, I mean, obviously, duh, because of the series, Wolverine Origin, Wolverine got his memories back, and he's just basically wanting to start a whole new life. You know, stop looking at the past, start looking towards the future only. Get away from everything he was, and just start completely fresh again. And that's what he's doing. He's building a log cabin, you know, he just wants to get his own life back. Nick Fury shows up, but then the Weapon X, it turns out that it's Wolverine's birthday, and the Weapon X programming in his head, in his mind, starts to go up, and he starts to hallucinate. He hallucinates about Sabretooth. Sabretooth comes in, he's like, I killed you, and Sabretooth's like, no, I'm back. And he's like, no, this is the programming, I'm going to fight it, I'm not going to give in. He doesn't want to give in because he's Wolverine, he can't give in, God forbid he gives in. He'll become an animal again. And actually, it was a pretty boss picture of Sabretooth, by the way. He's a boss picture of Sabretooth. Also talks about Dakin. It turns out he only took out the claws in his wrist. He did not take out the 2 front claws that Dakin has, just for a little update there. So he's dreaming. He knows he's dreaming. He knows he has no powers. He's going through all of his past, all the people. And then his son shows up in these dreams, and it shows him killing his son. He's stabbing his son because he's like, you don't want your, what do you call it? He says his son is too dangerous, and he's like, what I do isn't, and then pretty. And it turns out that it shows that he was dreaming because the person he's stabbing is Nick Fury. To be concluded. The series is going to be concluded next month. So, really awesome story, guys. Check it out. And with that, Mike's giving me the finger, so we will actually come back to this title in part 2. So stick around for part 2. Catch you guys there.